All right, so
Ready
how
for another
about
Ravens game coming up?
Ravens game coming up Thursday
night game.
It's going to be awesome, by the way. And we've already beat them once. Folks, we can beat them again. All right, let's do it. Let's beat them again.
The Bengals. Are we playing
Absolutely.
the Bengals?
We are playing the Bengals.
Okay.
Yep, Thursday night, and it's a blackout game, so make sure you wear black. There's going to be a light show if you're going to show up at the game, and looking forward to seeing you there.
You can only watch it on Apple?
You can
so
watch it.
I can't watch it?
You can watch it on. You can't watch it.
Isn't that what a blackout game means?
I don't.
I'm
pretty sure it's televised. I'm not sure, but please, if you want to comment in the comment section below the show tonight, please go ahead and comment. But I do believe that it does come on. So we greatly appreciate you guys coming on board with us tonight. It is Let's Talk Real Estate with Rob and Maria. We're having a great time tonight. As you can see, we're just having a blast here.
It's been a
in
while.
Studio.
It's
been a little bit while. Yeah, we definitely miss everybody. And we have a great guest in-house with us. And we're looking forward to meeting the owner of WASHDAY Floral. That's going to be really exciting. That's
people have been asking.
The buzz around town, obviously. And then we have a lot of some real estate items we want to dive into as well. So we're going to do that and a whole lot more just as soon as we get back. All right, we are back. We're super excited that you're joining with us.
I barely can see without my glasses, even though Rob had me buy one of those granny things you put around your neck.
Actually, it's a real nice
glasses.
One.
Actually, it has a little bling to it.
It does have bling.
I like it.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we're so close tonight? Like,
we are because you're not.
Can I scoot back?
No, you have to scoot towards me.
No,
yeah.
No, I'm too
scoot.
Close.
No,
I
you're
don't
good.
want to be that close. Not close to you. I don't mind that. But
exactly.
But close to a camera, never.
No. We're doing well. Yeah, it's not a granny thing. It's just that when you ask me 10 times a day, hey, have you seen my glasses? Have you seen my glasses? It just kind of wears on you, and it's like, you know something? I'm going to get something to hang around your neck to hold your glasses. That's all.
Well, yeah. What are we going to do about your keys and your sunglasses and all the things you lose?
My keys and my sunglasses.
Yes.
Well, I have a little square thing that beeps.
It's
on
not
my
all
sunglasses.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had to get him the tile for his wallet.
Yeah, the tile. That's what I have.
And his keys.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no what is it? Tile for my glasses.
That's right. We need a tile, like a big square tile.
I just need 10 pairs, even
right
though
there
they're
on the side
prescription,
of
so it's too expensive to keep around the house.
That's right.
All right.
If you're joining with us the first time, this is Robert and my lovely wife, Maria. We're real estate professionals with RE/MAX Components. We're so glad that you're joining with us. This is our Let's Talk Real Estate live program. If you want to give us a thumbs up, a heart, we really appreciate it. You could also comment in the section below. In the video below, and we'll be able to put your comments up. Any questions that you may have for us, we'll put them up on the screen. Also, if you're following us on social media, you're probably following us on Facebook. We also have an Instagram account. We're streaming live to LinkedIn. We're streaming live also to YouTube and to Twitter, or the X, formerly known as Twitter. And we also have a Twitter or a TikTok account. So if you want to see Maria and I dance, just head on over to our TikTok account, and you'll be able to see that there
My
as
friends
well.
are like, I'm going to watch it. Like, don't.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you supporting our team merch account, mhtmerch.com. We have all kinds of merchandise. If we see you around town wearing any of our merchandise or carrying a mug or anything like that, guess what? We might just have a little gift card for you just to make you aware. But anything that you purchase through there helps us support local charities, local benefits that are near and dear to our heart. And we really do greatly appreciate everything you can do for us there. Before we get into our topics tonight, did you know, just came out in the news today, those 25 Maryland nursing homes that made the 2023's U.S. News best list. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Well, the reason why I brought
Are
this
you, are
up,
we looking to put you in a nursing home?
the reason why I brought this up is that the U.S. News and World Report rated more than 15,000 nursing homes in its annual report, and one of them is in Harford County. Guess where?
Bel Air. Oh,
No.
no. Havre de Grace, Citizens.
How did you know? Well, it is
No.
Havre de Grace. It is Havre de
Yes,
Grace.
'cause my
I know you
granny-
didn't read my notes because I
I
just pulled
didn't
this
read
off.
your notes.
This
We
was
actually
hot
didn't
off the
even
press.
talk about the show today.
We did not talk about
Except
this
that
at all.
Tiffany and WASHDAY was coming on.
That's
well,
right.
my granny was in Havre de Grace, and
This
she
is
was
Lorian.
very happy, and they took very good care of her.
Lorian of Havre de Grace.
So
They were
that must
rated.
be
Yep.
new.
Yeah, fantastic.
That, or I wonder if it took over.
Well, it's
Citizens.
Lorian of Bully Rock. Lorian of Bully Rock and Havre de
Oh,
Grace.
well,
That's
yeah.
it right
Everything
there.
at Bully
But I
Rock
just
is
wanted
nice.
I just thought there was a little tidbit of news I wanted to share with
Well,
you. I
when
thought
you
that was
think
kinda
about
neat.
it, Maryland has the best health care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my parents had a home in Delaware, and they were watching their neighbors pass away without a good help and good health care, and so they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to move down there because Maryland has the best health care." Actually,
That's right.
I have a TikTok going up about the best health care.
There you go.
And where.
Today's show topics, we're going to have an interview with the one and only Tiffany Reuckert of WASHDAY Floral. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
I was just wondering that.
You know, oh my
And,
goodness.
well, she'll tell us in a minute. She'll let us know.
She's going to smack me if I don't. Well, correct
know.
me, but anyway, Tiffany
need to-
Reuckert of WASHDAY Floral. I probably just butchered that, and I do apologize. But the most expensive zip code in the country, do not say what it is.
Oh, my
If you know,
lands.
don't even try and guess it. Don't even try and guess it right
I
now.
wanted to tell you something.
And the top 5 fall date ideas in Harford County. But let's just dive right into this right now. So right now, what is the one Maryland zip code is among 50 most expensive in the country, by the way. Property Shark ranked some of the priciest addresses in the U.S. And which one do you think that it is? Which one? Folks, if you're online,
Maryland?
go ahead and type in what zip code do you think, what area in Maryland do you think is the most expensive, one of the most expensive in the country, or is the most expensive in the country?
Well, I would
Which
think
one?
Oxford, but I don't know what Oxford's.
No, it's like a town. It's pretty
Oxford is a
expensive. Yeah, but
town.
it's pretty expensive, but not the expensive though. Anyone at
Okay,
all.
a hole in the wall in Oxford is like $1 million. How could it
Yeah.
not be the most expensive?
It's not the most expensive though, and I thought of that as well.
Excuse me.
Some people would think would gravitate towards Montgomery County. That is incorrect, actually. Yeah, that's incorrect.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say anything about Montgomery County.
So we have no guesses, and that's fine.
I'm
Here,
thinking Eastern Shore-ish. That's what I'm personally thinking.
I tell you what. To give you a little bit of a hint, I'm going to show you a picture of it. There's your hint. Where do you think that's located? And don't if you know it, like I guess you
don't.
can say it. Anyone at all? Any takers at all online? No takers at all out of everyone that's viewing us? Oh my gosh, we have so many people watching us, and no takers at all where this is located.
well,
in
how many
Maryland.
people know a zip code by heart, Rob?
That's
That
okay.
would be us. And I still have to look a few things out. Think about it.
That's okay.
All
All right.
well,
So to move the show along,
let's keep
it
going.
is Gibson Island.
Okay, I'm in a
Did you
little
know that?
embarrassed
That's
to
Gibson
say-
Island.
Where is Gibson Island? Eastern Shore?
So Gibson Island is, yes, Eastern Shore. And just let me share with you a couple of things here. Let me block a couple of things out here. Let me pull up
So
some
show me on
information.
the map. Can you
The
show me on
island
the
is
map?
home to the VIPs such as the late U.S. Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. The Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak has a home on Gibson Island. Did you know that?
Who knew being a game show host makes you have that much money?
That's right. Exactly. Godfrey
I'm in the wrong
Rockefeller.
calling.
Yep, exactly. With a medium sale price of $2.5 million. How about that? That's your neighbor. $2.5 million and up.
So can we do a map? Can you go to, someone said Annapolis, definitely. But Gibson Island is near Annapolis, correct?
That is correct.
I want a map. You should have brought the map.
I should have
Put a
brought the
up.
map. Well, this is the wrong time to ask for a map.
Sorry.
My goodness. All right, so it's the wrong time to bring up a map. But anyway, let's keep.
Next time we'll have the map where Gibson
Next
Island
time we'll have the
is.
map. And somebody said Annapolis. That's correct. Yes.
That's very close.
So it is Anne Arundel County
Is it?
in Annapolis area. That's
Sorry, I
correct.
just had like eye surgery on my retina.
Yep, that's it. So the next thing is we want to talk about the fall date nights. And I thought of this because I always think of, whenever I think of our relationship, honey, I always think of date nights. Like what can we do special for a date
Well,
night?
you must just think about it, and that's all it goes because you've not had a date for us in a very long time.
That was not fair at all. And
Okay,
this is a
tell me-
live program. You're
tell
supposed
me,
to like boost me
Tell
up.
me our last date
you're
that
supposed to
you
go in.
created for us.
Our last one was it's then that time. It was that time when we.
Or as
Yeah.
Chloe would say,
Mhm.
la 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 la.
The top fall date ideas. Top fall date ideas are visit a pumpkin patch or a corn maze. I think that's a lot of fun. Especially if you're like on your first date or something, that'd be a lot of fun. How about a pumpkin spice latte at a coffee shop? That's pretty cool. If you're going on a first date, why not? You know what I mean?
If you like pumpkin spice.
If you like pumpkin spice,
No
that's
haters,
correct.
please.
Who doesn't like pumpkin spice though? I mean,
Do
there's
you
probably
like
some.
pumpkin spice? When
I'm
have
not
I
a big
seen you-
coffee drinker,
You're
but when I
not,
drink
you're
it
not,
though,
as I'm
I
drinking
like
mine.
creamers. I like flavored creamers. So how about the pumpkin carving competition?
He just wants the sugar.
You can have
Forget the coffee.
You can have a pumpkin carving competition. How about that?
Okay, I don't
That's
know.
pretty
I
good.
don't know. I would want to go on any of these dates with
No?
you right now.
You can visit
I'm
local
joking.
breweries in the area.
Well,
We have a
that's-
ton of different breweries that are really cool. They all have their own personality, which is
Right,
awesome.
right.
Or you can have and how about this one? Have a candle pouring night with fall scents. Now, guys, look, I'll be honest with you. I didn't make that one up, okay? But
any of them.
But how about the candle pouring? I think that'd be a good,
well, I
good,
do
good
like
idea
candles.
there. Yeah, I just thought that was a good idea, right?
But it sounds
So-
good for a starter.
Yeah. So anyway, so that is our. We kind of knocked out some of the show topics. I just want to tell you right now, as far as the way the market is going right now, we're doing pretty well with the market.
Mhm.
I mean, as far as the interest rates are still really high, right?
Well, not really high. They're average for the last 30 to 40
inventory
years.
is definitely increased. There's no question about it. You're going to see that in our market stats. Inventory is increased. We do have quite a few buyers that have dropped out of the market that are just kind of waiting for that prime time. But let me tell you something. At the national, let me go back to our screen
Actually,
here.
I just read an article today. They're falling.
So look at this. This is an instant reaction for concerning the inflation that just came out today from Lawrence Young. He's the National Association of Realtors chief economist. You don't have to read this whole article. You can read it later. Rewind the video, the podcast. But read the very last sentence. What does the last sentence say? It says mortgage rates look to head towards 7% in a few months and into the 6% range by the spring of 2024. That's really good news. That is
Now,
really,
for
really
some
good
agents
news.
who just joined the real estate business during the boom in the last 3 to 5 years, they just can't understand these interest rates. But if you've been in it, I grew up in a real estate home, and we've had our business for well over 15 years. You've seen them go up and go down, and if you do your homework, over 30 years, the average is 7%. So we just got spoiled. Lots of people got spoiled, and I was very happy to be spoiled. At the 2 and 3%, 4%, 5%. I mean, we were refinancing some of our friends who purchased homes at
That was an
5%,
anomaly.
at 5% and 6%, and they were getting refinanced down to 3 and 4.
Mhm.
And they had only owned their home a year or two, so that's pretty awesome for them as well. So everything comes back around. You can't worry.
Mhm.
Every day of the week, it is cheaper to own a home than it is to rent.
Yes.
Every day of the week.
In most areas of the country, that is correct.
Right.
Yes.
And
Yep.
you're building wealth,
Mhm.
regardless of the fact you're building wealth instead of paying someone
Yep.
else's mortgage off.
Yep.
And that's the American dream, is to own your own home.
Yep. All right. Well, we're excited about our next guest that we have coming on board, Miss Tiffany Reuckert. I don't want to keep saying her last name because I feel like I'm butchering that last name, but I want to give a warm welcome to our guest from the owner of WASHDAY Floral, Miss Tiffany. Let's welcome her on board. Miss Tiffany Reuckert from WASHDAY. How are you?
I love all the applause. That's wonderful.
It's our awesome studio audience. They're so faithful. They are so faithful, and I really appreciate
Did
them,
we spell
coming
your
around
last
here.
name right, Tiffany?
We did.
Because
So
there's
you know how I take my husband's name, and it's a German last name. So actually, I think you're probably really close to the German pronunciation, but we actually say Rueckert, which has the vowel of that I sound is not even in there. There's every other vowel, but I answer to anything. So we hear it all. Rueckert, but we say Rueckert. I think it was kind of Americanized, but I think maybe the German pronunciation is a little different, probably a little more
Well, we are friends, so I'm going to start calling you Tiffany. All right. So you're
All
now
right.
Tiffany. All right. How about that? So that's great. I'm so glad to have you on board with us, and this is going to be an exciting show. A lot of people, I mean, you're the buzz of the town. There's no question about it. Whenever someone talks about floral arrangements, when they're talking about engagements, they're talking about things for the seniors,
Boutonnieres, even like
boutonnieres.
just
Yep.
the kids,
Yes.
you know.
I mean, I see the pictures everywhere, all over the internet, all over Instagram, and I'm like, who in the world is doing these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers? And Maria yells across the room every single time. Well, it's no one other than WASHDAY. So Tiffany,
And
so
we had our Valentine's flowers from you, and then my son, who's 16, he's like, Mom, where would you recommend I get flowers? And I sent him to you. And his bouquet was actually more beautiful than my bouquet. Maybe he has more money than us at this age. But her flowers were stunning. Both of them were just beautiful.
yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So Tiffany, if you don't mind, just Courtney, thank you so much for those kind words for Wash Day. I really appreciate that. Tiffany, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody who's maybe they haven't heard of you before?
Sure, sure. So yeah, I'm Tiffany Reuckert. I live in Fallston with my husband David and my 3 teenage boys. They attend Fallston High and Fallston Middle. I have a senior, a sophomore, and a 7th grader, all boys. So I always joke that I love to come here because it smells a lot better than at my house with 3 teenage boys. But no, they're great, and it's great because it's been a family business, and they've really worked hard alongside me over the years. They're my number 1 fans, besides my sister, who's Courtney, who is writing those nice comments right now. And my mother, and family's so important to us. But yeah, so we live in Fallston. I actually grew up though in Bakersfield, California, and then met my husband in college, and he is from Maryland. We ended up out here for grad school for him. And then we ended up, he found a job in Baltimore. I started working at Belvedere Farm down here in Fallston. And we've been here for 18 years now. So
Wow.
we love it. We love it in Fallston. We actually lived in Havre de Grace for a little bit. And then we've lived in Fallston for the last 13 years.
Excellent. Wow, that's
Awesome.
that's really great. That's really great.
So, Tiffany, have you always dreamed of being a business owner?
It's funny because actually I'm an elementary ed major. So I used to teach 6th grade.
Me
6th grade was an
too.
elementary school. Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard that you were a teacher too.
I was special education at Red Pump. I opened Red Pump
Aw.
up with all these fabulous teachers.
Oh, I always wanted to minor in special ed. So I taught 6th grade, and as a teacher, you have your summers off. And in college, I actually always give the advice to college students and say, when you take all your courses, there's all these courses that you have to take, but always take like a fun class that you're interested in, because they always offer just different little courses that you can take. And I decided that for one of my credits, it actually was an art credit. I took floral design in college alongside of my elementary ed degree. So I decided to dabble in floral design in the summers. And so I worked for a couple shops in the summers. And my mom actually owned a catering business in California. So I would go home in the summers, and then with some of our friends' weddings and family friends, I would do the flowers for the weddings, and my mom would do the catering. And so that's kind of how I got started a little bit in floral design. But like I said, I started as a teacher. So then in the summers, I would dabble in floral design. But as far as being a business owner, I can look back like even further than that into my childhood, and I was always that kid who was coming up with some scheme or some cool, new club or new some kind of entrepreneurial idea. I had a newspaper route, like not a newspaper route, but I wrote my own newspaper as an elementary school kid, and I would handwrite every copy and go door to door and try to sell my newspaper. Or I was the one getting everybody together to do a neighborhood talent show, making all the parents pay to watch us, So I was always coming up with little businesses, making things, trying to sell them. My mom was an entrepreneur herself, and she was very artistic and crafty. And so I was always painting things for her. She had like kind of a craft business, and I would paint things for her and help her make her dolls. And so I kind of learned that kind of entrepreneurial spirit from my upbringing.
Hmm.
And kind of like,
Absolutely.
you know, if I had an idea, my parents, you know, my mom especially was always the one kind of fueling that fire, like, oh yeah, go for it. And giving me the resources to make something happen. And like, you know, and it's interesting to look now and say, you know, there are a lot of that. She was a beautiful gardener. She has beautiful gardens. And so we played with flowers all growing up. You know, she'd say, go pick an arrangement for, you know, the table, or, you know, go make a centerpiece for Thanksgiving. And so we'd go out into the yard and gather things. And she'd always let us create and play. And so that probably laid the foundation for business, and that kind of, you know,
You can definitely tell that creativity is now transitioned into what you're doing today. And, you know,
yeah,
that is obviously flower arrangements, which are absolutely beautiful. And I had a chance to visit your shop. And
yeah.
tell us about your shop, because there's not only history behind it, but people when they go into your shop, it's not all about flowers, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's really kind of neat. So when I started Wash Day, the reason why it's called Wash Day Floral is because I started it in my home, in my laundry room. So I used to do all the flowers in the kitchen, and my husband, it was getting really messy in there. And so I kind of reimagined the laundry room to be a little studio. And so that's why it's called Wash Day. So after 6 years of being in my laundry room and doing design work there, I we were kind of outgrowing that space, and we were looking around. We looked downtown for space. We were kind of looking through Bel Air. As real estate agents, I'm sure you know how hard it is to sometimes get those, you know, those good spaces for retail space, and find the right space for your shop, you know. Um, but it turned out we were driving down Pleasantville Road in Fallston, and we saw a sign that said that there's office space for lease, and it's just around the corner from my house. I just live right here in the heart of Fallston, um, and it's walking distance actually from my house. My kids can walk here, which is fantastic. And we didn't really know a lot of the history of this building. When I moved to Fallston, this building, it said Video Tonight on it. I never rented a video from here, but almost everybody who walks in these doors has rented a video from here. But the funny thing is I actually, through college, worked at a video store. So it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of special. But this building, as we've gotten to know it through our customers and through some wonderful historians in the area, and people who just come in and share with us, it's just amazing. So it originally was Youth Benefit Elementary School.
No
So
way. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
so this building, yeah, so it was the original schoolhouse. It was a 2-room schoolhouse. The kids would come through the front door here. This side over here, the gift shop side, was the lower school, and the other side of the shop was the upper school. There was a fireplace in here. There's stories about kids riding their goats to school, and there's all kinds
Oh my
of
gosh.
fun history here. So we hear, you know, I worked for Belvedere Farm for about 6 years, doing their farmers markets. That's just down the street. Mr. Bill Harlan, who owns Belvedere Farm, went to school here in this
No
building.
way.
So
Oh
it's a
my
really
gosh.
special part of the community.
Oh.
So the schoolhouse side, we hadn't planned originally on having a gift shop, but the building was more than we needed for a flower studio. It was just a little too big, and we didn't know what to do with the other side of the shop. And my sister, who has, she's enormously talented in the arts, and she's, you know, had her own art business, and she's also worked a lot of retail. We talked and we thought, well, what if we opened a gift shop on this side? Because, you know, as a flower shop, you always kind of want to have small gifts and things to
Right.
go with the flowers. But my sister has really taken off. She manages the whole gift shop side of the shop. She does an amazing job. She makes beautiful installations, like all the birch trees you're seeing in those pictures right now. She
Right.
made those by hand with just cardboard and
Wow,
paper and paint.
that's beautiful.
It's really neat to go around the shop. There's little stories as you walk throughout. We love carrying products. I actually put a couple products up from local vendors, people that live here in Harford County. Just today, Christabel from Rosenbell Florals, she dropped by some of her scrubs. She
Oh.
makes, you know, she presses the oil, she grows the herbs, and she makes these
Wow.
wonderful body scrubs. a mother and daughter duo from Abingdon area hand pour these candles, beautiful scents. We just got all of their holiday line in here this, recently for the holidays. We have my friend Jo Powell came on into the shop, and she is our plant manager. So we have fresh plants here. She brings new plants in almost weekly. So we just got our poinsettias in. We've sold quite a few already, but we have beautiful poinsettias in.
We're all ready for Christmas.
Yeah. And then, so we have fresh plants. And then we also, the neat thing about WASHDAY Floral too, is that our focus is on, as much as we can, buying from local farmers. So, I got my start in floral design in Harford County with a local farmer, Belvedere Farm. And, but we now work with over 10 local farms, and they deliver the most beautiful blooms to us, throughout the growing season. We love doing business with them. We feel like they're kind of like the icing on the cake in every arrangement that we make. We love working with them. We love building relationships with them. We love knowing where our flowers are coming from. People often comment, they last longer, they're fresher. What is this? What is this? I've never seen this before. We love to add interesting things and make our arrangements unique. Yeah. So.
And they definitely are. They definitely are. We love them. I mean, I save them to the very end. Like if one or two start wilting, I remove those, and then just keep adding it to a little smaller jar so I can save every bit of it because I love them. But then I love flowers. Although, I plant in the spring, but I don't plant anything to cut. But then, I've been at the Belvedere farmers market stand, and you could pick your own from the buckets. And I think to myself, okay, what do I pick and how do I put it together? So I don't even try. So, but that's where your gift comes in. So that is amazing. So I was going to tell one of my personal questions was about, how talented you are in putting that together and gifted. And if you had any, I don't even know what formal training looks like in the floral arrangement. So you took a class in college for floral arrangement and it just sparked from there?
Yeah. I mean, so the nice thing about taking more traditional floral design classes is you learn some of the basics. So, I learned, one of the greatest things I learned was just a lot of flower names. Every week we'd have to learn, we'd be quizzed on, a number of new flowers. And so I got a really good foundation for knowing just a lot of variety of flowers. And then just the basics of design. But, you can see I actually love that there's so many different kinds of florists in our area because there's room for all types of designs. Our designs are different than maybe more of a traditional florist. One of the things that sets us apart is we do, there's a few designs that are kind of unique to our brand. We do the smaller scale designs, which I brought we do these little jam jars, these little small ones that a lot of people have seen. We drop these off at the Nest on Main in Bel Air every Friday. So we love doing business with Kathy and the team over there at the Nest. But I always, as I worked in the different shops and as I worked at the farm, I noticed that there can often be a flower that will break or it's too short, or maybe there's a side shoot on a flower that's not going to quite make it into an arrangement, and they kind of get discarded or just kind of thrown to the side. And so I kind of came up with this idea well, if we use all those flowers and kind of put together small arrangements, couldn't we give those life? Couldn't we let those be enjoyed? So that's why I came up with I didn't have one of those, but we have these little salt shaker arrangements too that are in a little tiny jar.
Yes, I've seen
and
them.
It's just perfect. They're just the perfect size to give to somebody. We always have those ready at the shop. You can always stop by here. Those are ready-made. You don't have to pre-order those. Other bigger arrangements, we ask that you pre-order on our website so that they're ready when you come in. We can always custom make something for you, but it will take, a little, 10 to 15 minutes or so. But these are great just to pick up a little get well soon, a little happy birthday. So we love making the small things. We also do a lot of boutonnieres and corsages, which we're just kind of winding down on our homecoming season. But that's something
Um,
where I think we're a little bit known for too. So
yes, yes. I didn't even think about that. And Kate, my son, who goes to tech, and they have a floral design
mhm.
program there. He went in to order, and I kept telling him, "You better order early. A lot of places book very early." And he said, "Mom, I went in, they were booked." I'm like, "That's what happens when you're very popular. Like it's you only have." I said, "Honey, you gotta do it a little earlier." So I don't even know what he did, but but
Yeah,
um, but that's I
it's
was
nice
like,
to have that
wow, because
program.
that's I'm sure. I mean, I can only imagine being so close to Fallston, Forest
Uh-huh.
Hill, North Hartford, all of them. That you were swamped with that.
Yeah, it's a good thing. We have some really capable, wonderful designers on our team, and they just work really hard. I mean, I think one weekend we had, over 100 corsages to make, and
Oh, I
it's
bet.
always the hometown Falston one that gets really big, but great other schools
Hmm.
too that are supporting us. And this
Yes.
weekend we have a few from the city. People come up from even like the
Wow.
Towson area to come support us.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
Oh,
awesome.
that's great.
Well, your location, I think, like I take the back roads to Towson and I
yeah.
pass you, or to Hunt Valley, or even
Uh-huh.
Delaney Valley, like that. So you're like in that great location, even though I know
Hmm.
you're in the heart of Fallston, but you're still so accessible to so many other people,
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
community as well. So if you want, someone tuned in tonight new and didn't hear of Wash Day before, what would you want them to know about you guys?
Oh, we're just, I think a lot of times I'm not so much in the business. I am in the business of flowers, but I'm also in the business of like, if kindness, I would say. I love that we are kind of a hub for like life's moments where from one customer to the next, we're celebrating or we're crying with them. I can get emotional just thinking about it because just the stories that we hear coming through this door. And I'm actually a writer by heart. I love to write. And so the stories that come through our door that I'm able to capture and kind of integrate into this big web of a community. It's just interesting how flowers often tell life stories as you're traveling through life. Flowers are often there if you think about it, some of life's most precious moments. And so I think I'm really drawn to this profession because of the way it connects our community and just helps people share their emotions and their feelings and their empathy and their sorrows and their happiness. I just it's flowers capture so much emotion and like I said, bring together a community in a way that you might not see otherwise.
And so much joy, and I think they also bring comfort. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we all need just to pick me up to smile at, and looking at your bouquets just makes me happy, you know?
Aw,
And I know
thank
that
you.
I stopped in there because I was heading to Columbia actually to meet a client, and I picked up some a quick. You had something in the glass in the refrigerator, or you had something pre-made. Let me put it that way. It was your sunflowers with something else, and I knew that her husband hadn't been well for a little while, and I wanted to bring her something. So I grabbed those. She sent me a picture the next day and said, "Maria, those were the most beautiful flowers I've ever received." And she sent me a picture.
Aw.
And just 2 or 3 weeks ago, that was probably about 3 or 4 months ago. And just a few weeks ago, her husband passed away. And she reached
Oh,
out to me. And I just thought, and she, to make a memory for someone and joy, bring them joy. It just is great that we have the opportunity to do that. And you were on my way out, and
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I won't be late. I can here and grab something, because you sometimes you just think of these things the last minute. Like
Oh,
my son,
totally.
that's where he gets it from. Obviously, is me. So, but
No, and I will always tell customers they'll call me or email me or stop by and just apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm just so last minute. I say, listen, that's why we're here. That's why I opened a shop. Like because in my home, it made it more difficult to be able to help somebody, because they had to pre-order online or it wasn't as accessible. But that's exactly what I wanted, and that's really why I wanted to open a shop. Is is when you're working at home, and many people who do work at home can attest, like it can be lonely. For someone, I'm actually more extroverted, so I really love people, and I love meeting new people. I love helping people. Like I love it. So if I can help you in any way, I will. And sometimes there's just, I already have 100 orders. I'm sorry, I can't take one more. But if I can help, I want to help. So I love being in the service industry. I just love the people that we serve, and I hope they know that. Hope they feel that when they come in.
I think they do. I've heard nothing but positive things from anyone that we have shared your name with, or when it comes up, and even in Facebook, I'm like, oh my gosh, she knows my friend from when the kids were in kindergarten 12 years ago, like things like that. I'm like, what a small world. And I just think we're grateful for the business to be right here in the heart of our town, and to be so personable, to genuinely love what you do. It shows. I think you can tell when people love what they do, and you do.
Yeah.
And so does your beautiful sister, Courtney. She's just darling when we walk in and she's there. And I didn't know she made all that stuff. So now that's even more exciting, to support that vision and creativity,
I know. I always say, because people are always like, "Oh my gosh!" And I know as soon as they're admiring something, I say that I'm sure my sister made it. Like anything that is beautiful, creative around it. In the shop, my sister made it. She's very talented, and she's so humble about it. She's a sweetheart, and it's so fun to work with my sister.
Yes,
we really have a good time, a lot of laughs. We have such a good team here, and we all just really enjoy each other's company, and we love it to feel almost like a home. Like you're coming in here, you're part of us. You're part of the family here at WASHDAY and Schoolhouse, and we welcome you. And so anyway, it's a lot of fun.
it is. It's so awesome, and I love it. And of course, we're very big about supporting local, and my brother works with us. Since I grew up in a real estate family, my father is a real estate agent. My brother was, and they had their own little team. And then we had our big team over here at REMAX. And I just, I've said, there's always a spot for you, when dad starts to retire, and you know how it is. Life is busy. You're running, doing this and that. You don't always get to see and spend time with your family, even though that's really important. But it's nice that we get to catch up, at the office, and we get to catch up just calling about letting people know what's going on and things like that. But it gives us a reason to even spend more time together. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if I can speak one moment to the menfolk that are out there, since I've been very quiet.
I'm sorry, you have been quiet. Like
So-
Tiffany, I just have our own show here.
So
Yeah.
exactly right. I mean, I'm just kind of like the producer over here. That's all.
Sorry.
So, but I want to speak to the menfolk just real quick, who happen to be chiming in and kind of bouncing around a little bit around the show. This is a good opportunity for you to stop into her shop. Because this is like a one-stop shop. Not only are you picking up flowers for your significant other, you're picking up a nice bouquet of little flowers, but also the gifts are really, really phenomenal. The video that you saw just a little bit earlier is only just a portion of what's inside that store. So if you need to get a real nice gift, at the same time pick up flowers at a one-stop shop in a beautiful rural area, this is going to be the place to go to, gentlemen. And I just want to give you a little heads up
They have
on
jewelry too.
that one. Yeah, they have jewelry
I was
as
like,
well.
I'm not coming in here for jewelry, but man, do I like that.
Necklaces, bracelets, candles. I have all kinds of
Yes,
things. So,
yes.
Great
Yeah.
cards. We have a gentleman that comes in once a month just to get cards. He buys 2 or 3 cards every month. And
Oh
that's,
my
he just comes in to get cards. He said, I used to go to the big box store around the corner. He's like, and now I come here to get my cards. And that means a lot,
it does. Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, we do have a lot of wonderful gifts. And also a lot of fun holiday decor too. So it's all decked out for the holidays here. So
I
Small
can't
Business
wait.
Saturday coming up. Black Friday, we are going to be here 10 to 5 both days.
Good.
So we're
Yeah,
not
I was
doing
You're
any.
open Black Friday?
What was that?
You're open on Black Friday?
We
Oh my
are.
gosh.
Oh, remember that. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay,
We
10
want
to
to be
5.
an alternative. We're the alternative. If you want a little
Yes,
bit,
yes.
slower pace over here, big smiles.
And
And
I don't blame you if you didn't open on Black Friday because everyone needs a day off too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
So
yeah, no, we'll be here. We're excited to see everybody.
yeah, so one thing I wanted to mention and just ask you a couple questions here. Number one, your shop hours, and then number two, I have been to your website several times. I've actually ordered flowers through your website, which is very, very easy to do. Just to let everyone out there know that. So, what is the best way? I mean, I wouldn't say the best way, but what I know you can order online. You can obviously go into the store as well. But what are your hours for people to be able to shop at your store?
Yeah. So we're transitioning into our holiday hours right now. So as of right now, we're only open Wednesday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday and Thursday are kind of our design days here at the shop. So we're actually only open usually 11 to 3, and then Fridays 11 to 5, Saturdays 10 to 4. But through the holidays, starting after Christmas, we're going to be open 10 to 5 Wednesday through Saturday. So it's easy to remember. We're open 10 to 5 Wednesday through Saturday. So and we're going to do that all the way through December. Through
awesome.
Christmas.
Right,
Mhm.
right. That's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's
what do
great.
you do? What do you prefer? Do you prefer like phone orders or people to go through your website to order flowers? Because obviously the website doesn't show everything that you have for sale in your shop. So what's the best way for them to just call you or visit your shop?
So I will say on the website is everything, every kind of type of design that we do carry. Every week our designs change. So a lot of times people will go to it's a great question that you ask, because a lot of times people are used to these floral design sites that, okay, here's a picture of this arrangement and you're ordering this arrangement and it has 3 purple roses and some greenery and this and that. Like that's not what the experience you're going to have at our shop. I clearly say on the website, your arrangement will not look just like this picture. This is an example. Our colors change every week. Our flowers change every week because we try to buy local. Whatever's in season from week to week is going to change. And so buying on the website, though, is the best way for me, because then I get a gauge of, okay, what do I need to order for next week? What colors you can write in the notes, like if you have any color preferences, like, oh, it's my grandma's birthday and she loves pinks and purples. So, okay, we're going to make a beautiful pink and purple arrangement for grandma.
Nice.
So if you can get your order in early enough, we can't, maybe, within the first like 2 days or so, I'd say, you can't do too much customization because we've already ordered our flowers. But our sizes are all consistent. So, like I said, it might look a little different, but
So
ordering
men,
online.
remember that not the day before Valentine's, men. All right.
Oh, we have some people coming in on the day of Valentine's Day, like, just make me whatever you want. You tell me the price.
I wore sunglasses on that day, just to let you know, so you wouldn't be able to see that it was me.
Well, we'll get you hooked up this Valentine's Day.
You
Yeah,
ordered
that's great.
online,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I did. And
He is an online person. Like,
I'm an
I'll
online
talk on the
person,
phone all day. He's
but
online.
I do know her colors though, so I was able to put in the notes, what the colors
Okay, what are
were.
my colors?
Fuchsia.
Yes, that's one. What's my
and
other color?
Yellow.
Purple.
Purple.
But that's
Purple
okay.
and fuchsia. Okay.
But yellow is beautiful. I do love yellow. My granny loved yellow. Like she said, my grandma loves certain colors. My granny loved yellow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's great. Well, we had such an excellent time tonight. We really did.
Thank
I'm
you,
so
Tiffany. I know you're so
thrilled to have you on
busy
here.
and-
I know you're super busy. It's getting a little late here, but I'm so thankful for everyone who joined us this evening as well. And we had
yes, great support. Thank you.
great
for joining
support,
us.
a lot of comments and things like that. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions later on, please visit washdayfloral.com. You can certainly contact Tiffany through the website there. Order your flowers through there. Order as many flowers as you want. And I definitely encourage you, please stop by the shop. Don't just order flowers, but stop by the shop and take a look at what they have, because they were in transition when I visited there, and I wanted to hang around longer, but it was a little creepy for me to do that. But I wanted to hang around longer and just to see more things being brought out, But I mean, they have all kinds of goodies there
You
in
mean
that shop.
stalkish like?
Yeah, like stalkish, like
It wasn't
exactly.
creepy in
Well, when
there.
I visited them, they were actually closed, but they were so grateful that they're like, yeah, come on in, And I'm like, oh gosh, I felt so bad
Yes.
because they were closed, but all the lights were on, and I was able to kind of look
Yes.
around and things like that.
Yeah.
And but that was really great.
And I still have
So,
a bucket to return.
yes, Yes, exactly. So, for some flowers that were
It's
in there.
on
So,
my counter.
yeah.
It's on my counter right now. So we'll do
Yeah.
that tomorrow.
Yeah. So
What's tomorrow? Thursday. Okay, you're open. I had to think. Today's Wednesday.
exactly. So
All right, Tiffany. Well, thank you.
Tiffany, thank you so much. I
and your
appreciate you coming on
staff.
board with us.
Yes.
You're so
And,
awesome to have.
All
Real
right.
quick, I have
Thank
one
you so
quick
much
question
for
that I
having
want to. Tiffany, do you have any decorating hints for the holiday, like Thanksgiving? Like people can order an arrangement from you for the holidays, right?
Yeah,
Just
in fact, I put one of we do like pumpkin style arrangements, like centerpieces. So that's like one of our really popular.
Okay, I didn't realize it was a pumpkin. Now I realize it was.
I could like pick it up.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh, that's so beautiful. And the cabbage. Is that cabbage? That
Oh
white
my
cabbage?
gosh, I absolutely and see the kale is local, the local kale. Yeah, so that's
Oh.
growing locally this time of year.
Wow.
It's so I put those in every arrangement. Even like our bunches for Thanksgiving, I always put ornamental kale in all of them.
I didn't
Come
even know that
on,
was
I never
kale.
knew that.
Wow.
So Thanksgiving flowers, yeah. As far as decoration tips, it's another really cool thing that we did last year coming into the holidays is, and it kind of went crazy. We did, like, a lot of people like to decorate their porch, like their pots and their urns and stuff like that for the holidays.
Yes.
But we get a lot of different varieties of greenery in, and winterberry and pine cones and curly willow and everything that you need to create really neat porch pots and urns and things on your porch. But we also have made them as corporate gifts and things like that. People have ordered them, like, okay, I want 10 of these for my customers or my clients or things like that. So it makes a really nice gift too. But as far as holiday decor, it's really kind of fun to just grab a bunch of different textures and greenery and kind of have fun with your front porch. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love that
well,
pumpkin.
they say to bring that natural into your home, even into the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to bring a picture of our urns, and you have to tell me what I need to do with them. We have two big, beautiful urns out front. So you'll have to give me your advice. What to add
Yeah,
to it.
I'd love to.
Yeah,
All righty.
that's
Well, I
great.
know it's a long night. I'm sorry. See, we were able to talk for
Exactly.
45 minutes, and it just
Keep the
flew
comments
by.
coming in.
Oh, yeah. Thank you
yeah,
so much. This is fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tiffany.
WASHDayFloral.com. Keep the comments coming in. And we're going to dive into our calendar of events. We'll be right back.
Have a good night. Thanks, Tiffany.
There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We dance on the same wavelength. This feels like a new beginning. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip with you? Leaning on fire, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip with you? Leaning on fire, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? So won't you let me? So won't you let me?
All right, that was a calendar of events. Again, if you
goodness.
have an event that's coming up, doesn't matter who you are, where you're coming from, whatever benefit or company, if you have something exciting that our community needs to know about, please feel free, send that graphic over to us, or at least the details. We'll create the graphic for you and put that up on our calendar of events.
Absolutely.
So excited
Please
to be able to do
share.
that. Yeah, exactly.
All righty,
And we're going to
so
go into our market stats. We'll be right
Market
back.
stats.
Get you whatever you want. I'll settle for nothing. As long as we can keep the fire. I'll do whatever you do. Follow you
All right.
All right.
Welcome back.
So,
Thank you so much for joining with us tonight.
Yes.
We had such a great show. We really
so
did.
good to see all of you back. And Go Ravens
Go-
tomorrow night, and
Yep.
we
Go-
won't be here next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we won't be here next week. And if you are a past client, a current client right now, presently, make sure that you join our MHD All Stars. We have a nice event that's coming up
Yes.
for you, and
Client
make sure
event
that you
coming
join
up
us.
on Monday night.
And you'll learn all about that through MHT All Stars on our Facebook page. So Maria, we are what?
Better together.
We are better together. And remember, if you're looking to buy or sell a piece of real estate in and around Harford County, doesn't matter where, in the Baltimore metro area, please put Maryland Homes
State of
team
Maryland.
at the top of the list of companies that you want to interview.
Yay.
You won't be disappointed, I promise you that. And we'll look
There.
forward to seeing you next time for our
Alrighty.
next awesome show. Let's talk real estate right here in Harford County.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life.